Rabbi. She's here to save the day.
Crusader Ribbit.
Incognito. All right. I guess she's working on it.
Looks like we're recording now.
Yes, Rabbi is recording. I don't know if she logs off, if that's going to continue recording. That's my question. Which is why I would like the permission to do it just in case. Okay. As this is being worked on, let's continue our lesson here. All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
On the Devar Torahs. So are the Devar Torah, are we all supposed to do one, or is it just the people who want to do one and they volunteer?
I don't know. Rabbi Kopel told me that she and John were the ones who were doing it. I think she said there's room for more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I would check in with Rabbi if you were interested. So I can put John here. And then Ose Shalom, we sing together. That's actually 260. And then we get to the Torah service, everyone's favorite. Now, in this world of pandemic, we have shifted how we do things a little bit. And for example, now it's just, instead of calling up your cousins from Sheboygan, now it's just the rabbis and me opening the ark, and the rabbis and me lifting the Torah. So one thing I really love is giving some of those honors to our students. I would say let's give them out and let's find a way to try to make them work. And then if we have to pull back, then we have to pull back. So we need 2 people to open the ark. Who would like to open the ark? Rachel and Susan were the two hands that I saw. Don't worry, guys. There are many honors to go around. Then we pull out the 3 Torah scrolls, and as we pull out the 3 Torah scrolls, 3 of you will be holding the scrolls. Now you might say, but Cantor, don't we have 6 Torah scrolls? And the answer is yes. There's even a little one in my office, which has been used in services sometimes. It's not exactly a kosher Torah, but for certain special occasions, with certain students, it's been used. The only 3 scrolls fit in that ark in the main sanctuary. So we typically, unless it's like Simchat Torah, we won't pull all 6 Torah scrolls at the same time. So 3 of you will have the honor of holding a Torah scroll as you step forward as Bnai Mitzvah and sing Shema, which for me is a profound and powerful moment. Are there 3 people that would like to hold the scroll in that moment? I got Rebecca, Hillary, and Mandy. All right. Now, everyone will have a chance to carry the scroll as we walk around the sanctuary. As we walk around the sanctuary, everyone will have a chance. Basically, what we'll do is we'll take the scroll and we'll hand it to a classmate. We'll put you in groups of 3, since there are 9 of you. That worked out well. Thank you, everyone. And is there anyone who would not be able to carry the scroll for reasons that are physical challenges? We have had in the past people who have opted to not carry the scroll. Okay. TBD. Because not everyone's here. Okay. That saved a little space. Okay. And then we will walk around. And again, in this world of pandemic, we will find a way. Probably we will all be wearing gloves, plastic food service or surgical gloves. Take your pick. And they're the same gloves. Just take your pick on what function they have. And then we will carry the scroll around the room, and we will put 2 scrolls away, and we will keep 1 scroll out for chanting. Any questions about that so far?
Nope.
So,
Are
so
you are is Temple High holding uh bar and bat mitzvahs in person now?
yes,
Small gatherings?
yes. Our mandate for at the moment for life cycle events. So that includes Brit Milah, baby naming, um, funerals. We were at 10, and we have just moved up to 18 people in person, and not including Temple Chai staff. So that is we are being very careful, asking everyone to be masked. We have certain flexibility on certain things, but we are doing everything we can to keep everyone safe.
But we really don't know what it's going to be like in May.
Right. And it's something else that's interesting, and this is just a small tangent. In Israel, everyone who gets a vaccine is receiving a green passport. It's a government issued card that says I have been vaccinated, and you can show that to the police if they stop you because they have very strict lockdown. You can show that to anyone, and kind of go about your business. I believe we don't have anything like that, do we?
I think they're developing like a scratch off card, almost like a scratcher, where when you get the first one, you scratch something off and the second one. But I don't know what's going to prevent anyone from just,
Right.
Scratching off the booster. I don't know.
Right.
I've heard that they're going to be
Getting-
issuing digital IDs. I'm part of a vaccine task force, and they're looking at doing a digital ID so that you'd be able to show it in your Apple or Google Health app.
Awesome.
I love that. I was wondering if it would be something that somehow they could integrate it into your driver's license to say, you just scan your driver's license. But yeah, everyone can do, almost everyone almost everyone has a smartphone these days, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Every-
So probably we won't be doing Zoom, right? I mean, you have no idea, but
You know what we have. So for those that don't know, we have the option for families with Bnai Mitzvah to bring in family members via Zoom, for an additional fee, but it's not much. But to bring in a video producer who also will not just bring in family members via Zoom, but also has separate cameras set up like you've seen on High Holidays, where now you can zoom way in on the rabbi's podium, or you can zoom on the Torah table where someone's chanting Torah. It's really lovely, rather than just using the camera in the back of the room. So we've all kind of gotten accustomed to that shot. And someone had the camera in the back of the room, and they were like, what happened? Our service, it didn't look very good. The camera didn't look very good. I was like, well, because you had the camera in the back of the room, not the video producer. And Peg knows from High Holidays. She was in the room with us as our one of our lead ushers, and Peg, we're always grateful. So yeah, I don't know at this point if that will be possible. We want to be as flexible as we can, but I'm sure that by March, April, we will certainly have a solid plan of what we can expect on May 8th. We will, and I'm not saying you have to wait until then. We will probably be updating you here and there as things develop. We just don't know. Okay. Torah reading. The 3 aliyot will come up, and I'll go through that in a second. And then we have chance for someone to lift the Torah. We've all seen that before. And it doesn't need to be the strongest person in the room. I am really an advocate for 2 people can lift the Torah like that. Sorry, it's hard to see. 2 people could lift the scroll together. Then you have to do this kind of funny dance to turn around and show it to everyone. But or if one of you would like to say, yeah, I could do it, it's not that hard. And I have many female colleagues who do it all the time. If you want to think about it, that's totally fine. Or if someone would like to volunteer, that's okay too.
I'd volunteer.
Hillary Barnes.
Absolutely.
And then someone to dress the Torah. Has anyone not gotten one of these Torah honors yet that will be participating in the service? I know not everyone is. Megan dressing the Torah? Great. Okay. And then we have ark openers as we return the Torah. So now we can process of elimination. Chi has not opened the ark. Nope. There it is. Chi has not opened the ark. has not gotten an honor yet. And I think, is that everybody? 1, 2, 3. Leanna, would you like to do it?
Sure.
All right. Did I spell that right?
No.
Hooray. Excellent. And then Mandy's going to, and so once we're done with that, Mandy's going to lead Aleinu. Rachel's going to lead Kaddish. Kaddish Yatom. By the way, is everyone familiar? Kaddish and Kaddish are both the same thing. Kiddush and Kiddush are the same thing. Is everyone familiar with that? We're good? Thumbs up? Okay. Ashkenazi, Sephardi, that took me a while when I was a kid to understand exactly. Rosh Hashanah and Rosh Hashanah. Okay. Adonai, 9. Bas mitzvah and bat mitzvah, right? Okay. Then Raquel will do some presentations and a charge from the clergy as the head of this program. Class presentation from someone in the class. Typically, there's a gift given to the community on behalf of the class, and a gift to Malka as well. I can tell you what I've seen in the past.
Please do.
Typically, it is a hefty donation to the Cantor's Discretionary Fund.
Excuse
Excellent.
me for laughing, Cantor.
How much?
Have a barista on staff from 9 to 5 weekdays would be a wonderful gift to the clergy. Is joke,
Yeah.
but got it. Thank you. What was I saying? Yes. So typically it's maybe sponsoring something in the synagogue, like a gift to. Say we're going to donate for prayer book fund, or make a donation to the music fund, or make a donation to something that would kind of leave a legacy for the class, which is nice. And then maybe a gift for Malka for ingratitude. That's what I've seen in the past. And then we do Birkat Kohanim. Everyone's familiar with Birkat Kohanim? Does this look familiar outside of Star Trek?
Yeah.
Any Star Trek fans? Trekkies? All right, guess not. Tough crowd. So the Duchanan, who's been to second day Rosh Hashanah? Second day Rosh Hashanah, right? You know, when everybody comes in with their shoes off, the Kohanim, they come in with their shoes off and they bless everyone. That's where this comes from. And in the temple, thousands of years ago, in the old temple, the Kohanim, the descendants of Aaron, would go like this and bless the people. And so that is continued to this day. In Orthodox synagogues, every Shabbat, we only do it on second day Rosh Hashanah. However, we do still invoke the blessing, which comes from Parashat Naso. It actually was the last Adult Bnai Mitzvah class's Torah portion, and is the oldest blessing known to humanity. The oldest blessing written down, which is kind of cool. And we say it at every service, typically to our Bnei Mitzvah and their family, or when you are blessing consecration, our students, whatever. And we will say that for you, the rabbis and me. And then we have Kiddush and a little motzi. Mazel tov. Siman tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tovu, siman tov. Great. No one's paying attention to what I'm saying, are you?
I am. I'm writing it down.
You're just looking at the Torah portions, aren't you?
No, I'm writing this down for Chi. So I gotcha.
Okay. So I did put together the Torah portions, and I'm going to show you the PDF in just a moment. And you are arranged in these. So 3 aliyot. The first aliyah, Hillary, Rachel, and Susan. The second aliyah, John, Leanna, and Chi. And the third aliyah, Megan, Rebecca, and Mandy. And this is the Torah text that will be chanted for each one. The minimum for an aliyah is 3 verses. So you each have at least 3 verses of Torah. Now guess what? You have almost 5 months to learn probably 25 to 35 words. You're going to be great. This is plenty of time. Don't worry, honey. And you're going to work on it Malka's going to help you with the reading. I'm going to send you recordings in January. I really want you to get the reading down first. And then when we get much, much closer, I will have individual meetings I'll have at least one individual meeting with each of you to review the text. And then we will continue going through it in as many sessions as we need until you really feel comfortable.
Excuse me, Cantor. I want to make sure I got this clear in my notes. You told a group of Jewish people not to worry. Is that correct?
That's not gonna work.
I just want to make sure I'm quoting you accurately. This is not fake news.
I'm asking for a little faith in the process. And if you're a Philadelphia sports fan, that is a joke.
You're right. Exactly.
Thank you, John. All right. So trust the process. So so these are the groups. So these three will come up together. You'll do the blessing before. Hillary, Rachel, Susan will chant their Torah portions, and then together you'll do the blessing after. Second group will come up, blessing before. Chi will chant her Torah portion, then you'll do the blessing after. Third group will come up, and then Megan, blessing before. Megan, Rebecca, Mandy will chant your Torah portions, and then the blessing after. And Mandy, you get to do something pretty spectacular. The Leviticus 27:34 is the last verse in the book of Vayikra. We're all familiar with Vayikra, Leviticus, Vayikra, Leviticus. It's Vayikra is Leviticus in Hebrew. It's all good. And so we have something very special that we say, and I'm going to type it out just so you can read it. I'll do it in big, bold type. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. It looks like this. Nope. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. And what that means is, be strong, and together we will strengthen each other. It's this transitional moment when you finish one book of the Torah to the next. And we shout it. It's like you're supposed to sing it loud. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. And what happens is the person chanting Torah will chant it. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. And then everyone in the room responds with the same text. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. In this beautiful ritual that is antiphonal and says, you will be strong, and together we will be strong. And then they call back to you. You will be strong, and together we will be strong. And the only other thing to note about this is in the Torah, in Judaism in general, we rarely repeat words. And when we do repeat words, it is very intentional. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the text, justice, justice, you shall pursue. Tzedek, tzedek tirdof. And there are like entire books written on why that word was repeated. And it's because he had like a matzah ball in his mouth. And then he had to chew and swallow and then say it again. No, that's not true. But the idea is that when you say something twice, it's like, pay attention. This is important. And so, Mandy, as soon as you're done with the last word of Torah, you'll chant, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek, and then we will respond with the same text. And I love the everything we can say about this pandemic, everything we can say about, transitions, crossroads, this rite of passage that you are endeavoring to embark on as adults. You're choosing to do this. It's a lot of work, and it's much harder than when you were 12. So it is. I really love that you got this Torah portion, and we were able to create this moment for your adult Bnai Mitzvah.
Cantor, would you repeat the translation of that? Chazak.
Be strong. So be strong twice. Be strong, and together we will be strengthened. Or you could say, and we will strengthen each other.
And does everybody in the congregation know to repeat it?
You know, just like everything in the Jewish world, there are those who know, and you are on the journey to knowing. So with every one of these new things that we do, you're learning a new custom. Like, for example, you know, when the leader of a service will go, Baruch atah Adonai, and the whole congregation goes, Shmo. Who's ever heard that? You haven't heard that? Oh, some of you have heard that. So what they're saying is, Baruch Hu Uvaruch Shemo, which means blessed is God and blessed is God's name. Baruch Hu Uvaruch Shemo is typically how you chant it if you're like in the choir. But, you know, if you're like at the temple every day, like, you know, you got stuff to do, it's minyan, you're like, let's go. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch Shemo. Habacher Am Yisrael, Amen. It's also because we are commanded to say 100 blessings every day. I don't know if Rabbi shared this with you. We are commanded to say 100 blessings every day. The, you know, you got your like little internal count. Well, I said a blessing when I woke up, and I said a blessing when I got out of bed, and I said a blessing before I ate breakfast, and then I'm at like 35. No one keeps score of that. I'm joking, but but when someone goes Baruch atah Adonai, it's like our ears perk up, and they said, I smell a blessing. Let's do this. Let's go. Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, Magid Avraham, Vezrat Sarah, Amen. One more, you know, one of those kind of things. So that's one. So those. Sorry.
How about what you say after somebody sneezes? Does that count?
I don't
you
know.
say bless you?
I don't know. I want to say yes, but you know, the bless you thing is not actually in Hebrew. In Israel, they say la briut, which means to your health when you sneeze.
Yeah, because they
And
already.
then, you know, if you sneeze in public now, they're just like, put on your mask. You know, I had to sneeze. I had my mask on. I had to sneeze the other day. I was just like, you just got to keep that mask on. You got to sneeze into that mask. You know, there's nothing you can do.
May I ask one more question on Chi's behalf? She's got 5 lines. Everybody else has 3 or 4. Are they short lines? I want to calm her down when I give her the notes.
I will share with you. She requested to chant those lines.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So one thing you can share is that she got what she asked for, and she has made her bed. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. All right, friends. So let's take a look at this Torah portion, which I will email to you shortly. Here it is. Behar bechukotai. And once I have sent this, the next thing I'm going to do is open our Torah scroll and prepare a. Well, let's take a look at this. So these are how they break down. So Hillary starts right here, Rachel starts here, Susan starts here, and then Susan goes through the end. Chi does the rest of the page, second aliyah, and then third aliyah. Megan starts here, Rebecca starts here, and Mandy goes through the end. They are all pretty much even. And by the way, Malka shared with me that you know, these would be okay size Torah portions for each of you. She has seen a draft of this. And so the translation is also attached. So once you learn this page, so Hillary, Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe Behar Sinai Lemor Daber El Bnei. Once you learn that, then you go down to this page. Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe Behar Sinai Lemor Daber El Bnei. Then you go down to this page, which has no vowels. Now, you might be like, good God, run away screaming. But you know what? It's not.
That's kind of what my brain is doing.
You know what? It's not that bad, and I'll show you why. I know we have to go in 2 minutes, but I will.
We trust you.
Trust me, honey, trust me. So this is someone's bar mitzvah, whatever. All right, check this out. Can everyone see this word?
Yes.
What is it?
Shalom.
Shalom?
How do you say that? There are no vowels.
Just because you notice it enough.
What is this?
Baruch atah.
Oh,
Aye.
that's the wrong letter, right? You
Yeah.
can you can read words with no vowels. You just are not used to it, and it is something that's brand new. So by the time you get there, you'll be so good. Look at that. Megan's already drinking. I mean, this is hey, l'chaim.
I will say this in English, we basically read the first and the last letter and make up everything in between. And if they jumble all the letters in between the first and the last letter, we can still read the words in English.
What is it you say? It's like 20% what you say and 10% how you sound, but it's like, how you look that you should be convincing when you give a speech. So at the end, you're going to be good. The next step after this is I'm going to take a photo of each page of the Torah scroll. I do this for my 13-year-old students as well. I'm going to take photos of the Torah scroll, and then I'm going to show you where your part is. And you can practice reading from the Torah scroll whenever you want. And when you show up to practice, you're going to be like, this looks so familiar. And that's the goal. Step by step by step, incremental, making it easy. I have one more question. Everyone's good with SoundCloud? Any questions about SoundCloud? Because that is the medium in which I will have your Torah portion uploaded.
That's the way I've
Okay.
been practicing the prayer thus far, is using the SoundCloud.
Great. Okay. So friends, it's 8:30. I know that we like to end class on time. I'm around. If you want to stick around and ask questions, I'm around. But really, there is nothing sweeter than seeing the culmination of this program. You will be so good, and we will have your back. Rabbis and I will be next to you the entire time. We will have a couple rehearsals in person. So deep breath, take another drink. It's going to be great. And just thank you for endeavoring this process. Happy, sweet Hanukkah and New Year.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Aw.
Happy
Thank
Hanukkah.
you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to everybody.
Happy New Year.
See you all in a month.
Okay, sounds good. Happy New Year.
All acquaintance be forgot and never. You can go if you want.
I have a quick question, Ross Cantor. Is there a Haftorah involved in this, or we're just going straight? Okay, good.
Yeah, you know what? We less is more, and this is it's already going to be a long service, so we just keeping it simple. And we
Okay.
also, we don't do Haftarah on Shabbat AM as well.
Oh, okay. So it's a Shabbat AM. Gotcha.
Basically.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Sleep, everyone.